Okay, so today, in amidst my Black Knights section of my display, which is probably my favorite part of my display, amidst my favorite castles, right here, and finishing and completing the setup of Black Knights, aka Black Monarchs section of my display, I've decided to move on down from this rock outcrop, and where I had a village displayed before, I've expanded that with my Knight Stronghold, as well as created a Knight's Encampment sort of a village display with my Black Monarch's castle as well. This kind of being the entrance to where all the knights are kind of encamped. And it is a little bit cluttery, but I like the idea of having original vintage sets put together in a display amidst their appropriate factions. So, in trying to not necessarily combine the Black Knight's castle with Black Monarch's castle, I didn't quite think they fit, although there are other ways of going about it. You could add additional sets and make that a big surrounding wall. I don't quite have that going on, so I figured I would just kind of extend and replace my village with a Knight's Encampment. I feel like that it needed that because there's so many knights. The Black Knights are pretty much all Black Knights. There are no peasants. They're just a soldier faction. So they needed a good place to do some training. Yeah, so we'll get into that. And they can camp out as well. They can sleep, or at least take a rest in between their campaigns. And so yeah, here we've got, out of the outcropping, there's sort of a little spring or a well in the rocky wall section, which has been on many of my other videos. But coming down off this ledge, you have sort of an entrance to the encampment, kind of a back entrance. It's a big door. It's probably meant for wagons and horses to come out, but in this display, since it's coming down off this ledge, I kind of have it in such a way where probably only some horse troops could run out from the Knight Stronghold in this angle. It still works. It's not great. Obviously, it'd be better to be over here, but I'm just trying to really keep to the original sets and not alter them too much. So that's what I'm going for there. Obviously, there's some gaps that could still be filled, but you've got walls around all the encampment. All the soldiers are mounted and guarding. And then in here, of course, you've got the stable back here, which I think the Black Knights needed because there's so many knights, so many horses. They need full-time care. Got a little bit of ladder up the ledge. We're a bit lacking back here in this section, but we will complete that at another time. Just kind of want to show my progress. But you've got a full-time stable staff. You've got, 3 or 4 horsemen, squires employed, and they're helping the knights and helping the stable and the horses, take care of the horses. That's my mock stable. And I kind of just stuck my blacksmith. He has a little forge here in the middle of the encampment. He's got some tools he's made, helmet he's been working on. There's a rack of axes ready to go. You've got a Black Knight archer just target practicing here. You've got a barrel full of completed swords and weapons ready to go. So, they need somewhere that they're going to be working on all these weapons because they have so many soldiers, so many knights. And I've kind of parked the battering ram right here as part of the armament if they need to assemble extras for warfare. Yeah, and here's some of the Black Monarchs / Black Knights kind of getting ready. Maybe they're training, or maybe they're just talking battle plans, I don't know. Stuck the little Black Monarch's ghost set on there. I think in this setting, maybe, I mean, the ghost may still be in there, but maybe this is more of maybe an outhouse or a changing room, or it could be a weapons closet. Whenever my kids play with me, they always make that the outhouse for some reason. But I mean, you know, we're really thinking practical with this night's encampment, so all ideas are welcome. And there's a jail cell in Black Monarch's castle here. And I kind of made it, oops, sorry about that, to where there's a little bed in there, a little place where they can rest. Sort of a little knight's quarters instead, you know, of, and just trying to implement that into what's already here rather than making a new structure. I also did the same thing down here. Oops. We've got a knight down here in this little tent. He's kind of resting here. Just some quiet place to rest, like a tent. Nothing too fancy. They all got to rest in shifts, and I got a little rack for his weapons here. But yeah, so if that gives you an idea of their encampment here. Kind of surrounding. It's not perfect, and there's definitely some gaps to fill in here, but yeah, just kind of wanted to show some of my progress on that. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a great idea. It's a little cluttery, it's a little busy, as you can see. It's a lot going on, but with trying to stick true to the sets themselves and not add too many new structures, just kind of combine them. Kind of I just wanted to envision what they would look like kind of in their own quarters together, put together, lined up. So I thought that turned out pretty well. I think that's really fun. Of course, there's plenty of room here to kind of advance onto the field in all directions. And either they can turn the corner and go north to the forest, or they can head south towards other things, which I'll get to later for later videos. But yeah, that's sort of where they are in relation to the forestman camp, as you can see way up ahead north of the road. And they can get to the road, which needs to continue on as well. But anyways, there you have it, my Black Knights, Black Monarchs, castle encampment and fortification. You know, the castle headquarters here, and then the fortification over here on the right, and the training place for the knights.